Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm officially updating you on some more current latest news. So before I do get onto the topic of the development, just seen a couple of the results today that have been fully confirmed. Liverpool did beat Bournemouth by 3 goals to 0. So they've gone back to winning ways today. Of Liverpool have to join their two previous games. Obviously, they've got Bayern Munich coming up in the Champions League as well. So Liverpool go back top by 3 points until Manchester City play tomorrow against Chelsea at the Etihad. Arsenal won today by 2 goals to 1 away at Huddersfield. It's looking likely Huddersfield are going to be going down this season because they are really struggling. I think they are sitting bottom of the league. But as I did currently say, Arsenal and Chelsea now are level on points. I still think Chelsea are above Arsenal on goal difference because I think Chelsea have conceded less goals than Arsenal. So Chelsea do remain above Arsenal, but they are currently on the same points. And both teams, Chelsea and Arsenal, sit 1 point behind my club, Manchester United. As I currently said, so they're the couple of results, to give you an update on today. But the main part of this video is I think Manchester United, can definitely beat Paris Saint-Germain on Tuesday night. As I currently said, in the Champions League, last 16. The first leg is actually Old Trafford. As I currently said, and we know PSG is going to be a difficult encounter because PSG have obviously invested money in the last couple of seasons, and they have got a good squad of Paris Saint-Germain, as we all know. But as I did say, we've got a big boost, going into that game. PSG have currently got Neymar injured for up to 10 weeks with a broken foot, as that is confirmed. PSG obviously did get the signing of Leandro Paredes in January, as we all currently know. They got him from Zenit St. Petersburg. I think they agreed around the 36 million pound fee for the player or something like that. But PSG did get Leandro Paredes. As I did say, they attempted to get Idrissa Gueye from Everton on deadline day as well, did PSG. I think PSG inquired about it. PSG put 2 bids in for Idrissa Gueye, but reportedly Everton had turned those bids down, even though Idrissa Gueye did put a transfer request in. Obviously, PSG also inquired about getting Mesut Ozil on deadline day as well. They inquired about getting Mesut Ozil on loan, but I think PSG were willing to pay his £350,000 a week wages he was currently receiving, at Arsenal. But reportedly, he turned this loan move down, did Mesut Ozil, so PSG failed in that. Obviously, Adrien Rabiot is probably likely to leave PSG in the summer. Reports have been saying that Manchester United have reportedly, entered the race, for Adrien Rabiot. It's obviously said that Liverpool have also inquired about him. It did say throughout the January transfer window that Liverpool showed an interest in Adrien Rabiot, but reports were coming out saying that last year I was hearing that he did say he'd allegedly agreed to join Barcelona on the free transfer in the summer. But reports are now emerging from the press that Barcelona have reportedly dropped their interest in the player because obviously Barcelona have got a lot of midfielders, and obviously they've confirmed the signing of Frankie de Jong. They paid £65 million for him from Ajax, and obviously he's set to officially play for Barcelona in the news with Frankie de Jong. So reportedly, they've dropped their interest in Adrien Rabiot, and reportedly there's a few teams interested in Adrien Rabiot. Obviously his contract comes to an end in the summer. Hasn't been in the PSG squad for a while. I think he's been withdrawn from the Paris Saint-Germain squad as Adrien Rabiot, but he's only 23 years of age. He's young in his prime. He spent most of his career at Paris Saint-Germain, as we all know. Since he's been there, I think he's won 16 major honours. He has been in the senior squad with Paris Saint-Germain since 2012, being a full France international, since 2016 as Adrien Rabiot as well. So it could be likely, he could leave in the summer. I think Liverpool were in negotiations throughout the January transfer window, regarding Adrien Rabiot. He's also been an Arsenal target as well, and Arsenal, may consider, making a move for him in the summer, because there's obviously no sign of him signing a new contract with Paris Saint-Germain. But we do know how much of a difficult game it's going to be, PSG. We've got 3 big games, now coming up. We've got PSG on Tuesday in the Champions League. Then we've got bloody Chelsea in the FA Cup. Then we've got Liverpool. So they are 3 big games. So they're potentially, are going to be testers for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But so far, perfection under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. 10 wins out of 11 in all competitions. Is it now 10 wins out of 11? We have won 8 in the league. I think there's been 28 goals scored in the process. I think we've taken 25 points from a possible 27. And I think we have won 6 on the road. In all competitions, we've won 5 on the road, I think, just in the league. But I think we've won 6 in all competitions. That's including that win we had at the Emirates in the FA Cup as well. And we're doing very, very well. Pogba's getting the freedom, to express himself, as I currently said. I think he scored 13 goals this season. This is the best we've seen of Paul Pogba, as I currently said. And obviously now we are in the top 4. The first time we have been in the top 4, since the opening day of the season. And obviously when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, came in, when Solskjaer came into the job at Manchester United, back in December, we was 11 points behind top four. A lot of people was ruling us out, as I currently said. But yeah, as I did say, Pogba's getting the freedom to express himself. He's scoring, he's providing. When he's playing in that kind of vein, Paul Pogba is a player that can be on 14, 15 goals a season. He's already scored 13 this season as well. I think the majority of them though have come under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he's starting to replicate that form, that we did when we saw him at Juventus, because he were really, really good. When he was at Juventus, he had 4 great years with Juventus. He wasn't good under Mourinho because obviously he had bad disputes with Mourinho, and obviously Pogba wasn't playing with Mourinho. And we know this team was not playing under Jose Mourinho, as I currently said. But I think this team's now thriving under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, creating more chances, scoring more goals. I think defensively, we're playing better as well. And Solskjaer's brought the fear factor back to the club. The structure of the team's right, the cohesion of the team's right. I think the spirits in the team, Solskjaer's brought that attacking flair, back to the club. And as I did say, I think this squad, this squad can re-emerge, to this squad. This squad can I think this squad can re-emerge us to be to get back to being a dominant force and get us back up there, competing and winning major honours on a regular basis, like we did do under Alex Ferguson, for 27 years. So I do believe, Solskjaer can elevate us to that higher level, get us in that commanding position. But even though Solskjaer has been coming out in the press and he has been saying it could take us a couple of years to catch the Manchester City, he did say it could take 2 years, for Manchester United, to be, potentially our title contenders, because we do want to win the Premier League again, because obviously we haven't won it since 2013 or since Alex Ferguson left. Obviously, we haven't won that many trophies since Alex Ferguson left. We've only won the Europa League and League Cup under Mourinho, won the FA Cup under Van Gaal. As I said, so they're the only trophies we've currently won, but I have belief in Solskjaer. He doesn't rest on his laurels. He shows that inspiration, does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We know today, obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had made 6 changes into the game, because obviously, as he explained when he came into the job, he was going to be rotating the squad, giving some fringe players a chance and giving, young players a chance, to grow and develop, as we all know. And he rotated the squad today, but obviously he's resting key players, for the upcoming games, which is, ideal, to do as Solskjaer did confirm he was going to be rotating the squad. Obviously today, it was a great performance today, yet again, Martial scoring, and I think Martial's very, very influential on the left-hand side, and I think he's still very, very young, but I think he's becoming, he's getting on the same level as Eden Hazard, as I currently said, because his finishing's improving. Martial, he's scoring more goals, he's providing, and I think he's very, very influential on that left-hand side. And today we saw Martial get his name on the score sheet. Lovely run he showed, Martial. Also got an assist today as well, did Martial, for Paul Pogba's first goal, which is an absolutely fantastic goal from Paul Pogba. I think Paul Pogba's timing of his runnings are looking very, very good. I think his runnings are very, very good. He's getting the freedom to express himself. He's scoring. He's providing, as we all know. I think he's one of the best players. I think he's one of the best midfielders in world football. When he's playing in this kind of form, Paul Pogba, as I said. But I think he made good runs. His timing of his runs are absolutely fantastic. His passing were really, really good as well with Paul Pogba's, as I said. I think the timings of his run were good as well. Paul Pogba scored again from the penalty spot in the second half as well. But I think Paul Pogba and Martial, were the impact in the game today, as I could have said. But he did make 6 changes. His Solskjaer, Diego Dalot come into contention. There was alternations in our defensive line, because we saw Chris Smalling coming, we saw Phil Jones coming as well. Chris Smalling, obviously, it's first game today he's played under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Is Chris Smalling's, as we all currently know. Obviously, we had an update that Valencia suffered another injury before the clash. Matteo Darmian suffered another injury as well, so they was currently out. Did confirm Rojo was obviously back to training, but obviously was unfit to start, was Marcus Rojo. But I think the majority of the team, played very, very well today. As I said, Sanchez came off the bench today. He should have scored as well, because he had a glorious opportunity. We saw Bay come on. We saw Scott McTominay come on as well. So it's good how he's rotating the squad, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said. But our objective this season is to get in the top 4 and get us up there. This season is to get in the top 4, and hopefully, we can succeed in the FA Cup, as we all currently know, as I said. But great performance today for Manchester United, and another clean sheet as well. We've been doing very, very well, under Solskjaer, especially away from home. We've kept a lot of clean sheets, so far away from home in the Premier League. as I currently said, so it's looking very, very good under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As I said, I do think, he should get the job on a full-time basis at Manchester United, because Solskjaer's obviously, been discussing about getting the job on a full-time basis, as we all currently know. I think he's even asked Ed Woodward, if he can get the job on a full-time basis, and reportedly, we're going to get around £200 million spending spree to spend in the summer on currently players we currently want, as I currently said, because I do expect, 3 or 4 players, to leave Manchester United. We'll probably lose some experienced players in the summer. Then it would be ideal to maybe get some young players that could grow and develop under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, in the summer, as I currently said. So I think we should get maybe 2 or 3 signings at least in the summer, when players do leave. Obviously, we're still looking to hire a director of football, to come into the club as well. But Solskjaer's the right man for the job, as we all know. I think he should be the number 1 candidate now to take the job on a full-time basis at Manchester United. We know it has remained a long time now. It has been Pochettino has been the number 1, but no, we need to keep Solskjaer on a full-time basis, because he knows what he's doing. He knows everything about the club. He knows the culture of the club, and he knows what he's doing as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because he's proven himself. He's won titles as a player for 11 years under Fergie. He even won titles when he was managing the reserve team, and you watch some of these players, grow and develop as well. And I do think he's the right man for the job at Manchester United. That is 10 wins out of 11 now in all competitions, 8 league wins, 10 out of 11 in all competitions. We're taking 25 points from a possible 27 in the league as well, and we're doing absolutely fantastic on the road as well. But it did make sense, for Solskjaer to rotate the squad today. Some people, and I do really think, Herrera, Matic, and Pogba look very, very good in our midfield. I think they're a good trio, Herrera, Matic, and Pogba. And I've been impressed with Matic. I think his distribution's improved. I think he's galloping forward more and he's getting more involved. He's the Nemanja Matic. Herrera, he's playing a really, really good part in the team. He's under Herrera, and I think he's been a consistent player, Herrera, since we got him in 2014. To be quite honest with you, but I think Herrera's, distribution's improved. His passing's really, really improved. And he's playing a big part since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in, because he's getting more starts from the start. He's under Herrera, so I think under Herrera is playing a big part in the team as well. As I currently said, Paul Pogba's just absolutely world class. As I said, I think he's on another level now. Paul Pogba, all of a sudden since Solskjaer's come in, you are seeing a different Paul Pogba. People do have their concerns over Romelu Lukaku. Some people think Romelu Lukaku's finished now at Manchester United. To be quite honest with you, I think his form has been slightly rejuvenated since Solskjaer's come in, as I said. But people do have strong concerns about him because he's slow. He does have a lot of weaknesses about his game, but he is proven in the Premier League. And he has scored a lot of goals. Throughout his playing career in the Premier League as Romelu Lukaku, as I said. But with the likes of Lingard, who's got pace, who can press out the pitch, with the likes of Martial, who's got pace, who can press out the pitch, and so too Rashford, even though Rashford didn't play today, but obviously Lukaku took his spot. But what Rashford can offer up front, Lukaku is not capable of this, and this is why basically Rashford's mainly been first choice over Lukaku. Martial and Rashford and Lingard have obviously been first choice over the likes of Lukaku and Sanchez, as we all currently know. And I do think, to be quite honest with you, Sanchez has been a real disappointment since he's come to the club. Okay, he has endured quite a few injuries as Alexis Sanchez, as we all know. He didn't start. He did come on as a substitute today. Missed the golden chance, when he came on in the second half, Alexis Sanchez. But I just don't think Sanchez is the player that he currently was when he was at Arsenal. I think he's lost a yard of pace. There's areas of his game that he does need to adapt to Alexis Sanchez. And I just don't think Sanchez is a Manchester United player, to be quite honest with you. And obviously, we do want to try and get the best out of him, obviously, when he opportunity, because he's obviously our highest paid player on over 500 grand a week is Alexis Sanchez, but he's the player that does need to improve. As I said, Lukaku, some people think he's finished. Lukaku, as I said, I think his form's been slightly rejuvenated since Solskjaer's come in, but there's definitely room for improvements in Romelu Lukaku's game without a shadow of a doubt. But I do expect players to leave Manchester United in the summer without a shadow of a doubt, as I. But yeah, great win today for Manchester United. We are now in the top 4, as I currently said, and I do probably think we will get top 4 this season. We know that there's a few teams going for it. Manchester City, Chelsea tomorrow. I'd rather Manchester City win, even though I hate City. Basically, so because if Chelsea win tomorrow, they go back in the top 4 above Manchester United, as we all currently know. But yeah, there's quite a few teams going for that top 4, and obviously our objective is to get that top 4 this season, to get Champions League for next season. Will we win the Champions League? Nah, I don't think we'll win the Champions League, because I do think there's too many strong teams in the Champions League, to quite honest with you. But I do think, we've got a chance of beating PSG, even though PSG are a great team. They've only lost 1 game all season, in Liga 1. They do win it the majority of the time, the Paris Saint-Germain, to quite honest with you. I can't remember the last time, we actually played Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League. I really can't remember, to be quite honest, the last time we ever played them. Might have to look it up, sometime, as I couldn't say. But PSG have still got some good players, they have got Mbappe happy in their team, as I said. You know, they've got that Leandro Paredes now, as I said. So I think they've got Edison Cavani as well of Paris Saint-Germain. So they have got some, you know, decent players in their team, as I said. But I think definitely, you know, obviously Solskjaer's, you know, made 6 changes today, but obviously he's going to go with his strongest 11 on Tuesday night. As I did say, our strongest 11, as I do keep saying, is De Gea in there, Young at right back, Lindelof and Bay is a centre-back partnership because I think they complement each other very, very well, Lindelof and Bay. And I think Lindelof's dramatically improved, you know, this season, you know, especially under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's distribution's improved. You know, he's willing to play from the back, is Lindelof, and I think his passing's improved. And I think him and Bay, you know, look very, very good together because they're on another level to Jones and Chris Smalling. As I currently said, but it made sense. Obviously, Solskjaer was resting Lindelof and obviously Bay, you know, for the game on Tuesday. So the strongest 11 is De Gea. You know, Ashley Young, Lindelof, Bay, Luke Shaw, Herrera, Matic, Pogba as a midfield trio, and then on the left, Martial, on the right, Lingard, and up front, Marcus Rashford. That is our strongest 11, as everyone basically is aware of, as we all currently know. But it was a risk, you know, Solskjaer making 6 changes today, but I still know we had a good enough team, you know, to get past Fulham because Fulham are in a terrible position. You know, they've got one of the worst defensive records in the league this season of Fulham. All right. What? All right. But they've got one of the worst defensive records in the league, as we all know, of Fulham. So, yeah, great win, as I currently said. But we'll give you a bit of an update of what's going on, a bit of transfer rumours now to keep you up to date on a name has been mentioned in the media. As I have discussed with you a long time back, as I did give you an update on. Reports are coming out now in relation to Douglas Costa. Reports coming out about that. I'm reportedly saying that Manchester United are reportedly considering making a summer move for Douglas Costa. I don't think we will, kind of, because obviously Douglas Costa has obviously enjoyed a difficult season this season with Juventus, as we all couldn't know. But we heard the rumours about this last year. Was it back in December sometime that Manchester United were linked with him? It did allegedly say that Manchester United had put around a £54 million bidding for him. Reportedly, this had been turned down. We put this 54 bidding and reportedly this had been turned down. But reports coming out in the media saying that Man United are weighing up a move, you know, to make a move for Douglas Costa in the summer, because reports coming out saying that reportedly Douglas Costa has liked a Twitter post linking him with a move to Old Trafford, reportedly. But I do like Douglas Costa. I do think he's a very, very good player. He's 28 years of age, so he's highly experienced. Of course, he's good at dribbling. He's good at putting crosses into the box. He's Douglas Costa, as I said. Obviously, Juventus got him permanently last summer for around, was it £36 million or something like that, as we all know. But throughout his playing career, Douglas Costa, you know, has been a very, very good player. You know, began his career with Guerrero. Then he had, 5 years with Shakhtar Donetsk. As I currently said, I think he won a lot of honours with Shakhtar Donetsk, including a domestic treble. You know, then he had a couple of years with, you know, with Bayern Munich, as I said. I think Bayern Munich paid around £30 million for him at the time, and then obviously Juventus then got him on his first season, on his loan season with Juventus. He won the domestic double, as I currently said, so he was very, very good in his first season. But this season, you know, he's struggled. You know, he's enjoyed a difficult season, you know, with Juventus. And reportedly, Juventus are open to selling him in the summer. Reportedly, and he is age 28. He's Douglas Costa, but I think he'd be a great addition in our team, to be quite honest with you. Douglas Costa, because he is a winger. I think he can play in other positions, but I think he's mainly a winner. I think he can play on each wing, as we all know. As I did say, I still think we need someone on that right hand side. As I said, I still think we need a strong central defender, because the majority of our attack is coming from the left hand side. But obviously, the Man United board are planning, you know, to bring some new additions into the club in the summer, as we all know. So Douglas Costa's name has been mentioned in the media today as well. So his name has been mentioned. Also, to Adrian Rabiot's name got mentioned as well. But we know basically Manchester United's main priority target is obviously Koulibaly. So I think we are going to go make a move for Koulibaly in the summer, to be quite honest, because I think he's eager to join Manchester United in the summer. Is Koulibaly, because I think now he feels unhappy, you know, with Napoli. The majority of this was due to, you know, to the racial abuse, you know, he suffered back in Boxing Day, you know, last year. Obviously Manchester United we've been linked with him in the past couple of windows, as we all know. Manchester United so far obviously had 3 bids in the process turned down. The recent one was 95 million, as we all know. But obviously, we know it's going to cost us a lot of money, to get him into the club in the summer. But obviously, we've got that financial power, to meet Koulibaly's Napoli's, valuation, what they want for the player. Napoli, obviously, the Napoli president confirmed they weren't willing to do any business throughout the January transfer window, of course, for him. But he's versatile, good in the air, adapts every area of his game very, very well. And I think he'd complement our defensive line good. And I think he'd be a good leader in our back line if you put him alongside Bay or if you put him alongside Lindelof. He'd look very, very fantastic indeed. He has still got a contract with Napoli, don't forget, until 2023. But I think his agent or his former agent revealed that he could be available for just under £98 million in the summer. Could be a Napoli defender. We know that we've been hearing rumours as well that we have been in. I think Koulibaly is our number one major target for the summer, but we have been hearing rumours about Milan Skriniar that we could make a move for Milan Skriniar in the summer as well. Milan Skriniar, in relation to Milan Skriniar, as I currently said, he's 23 years of age, so he's 4 years younger than Koulibaly. He's nowhere near on the same levels as Koulibaly, as we all know. But Milan Skriniar, as I said, 23. Since he's been in Milan, reportedly, his performances have been very, very good indeed of Milan Skriniar's, as I currently said. I think he's rated at around 75 million pounds, is Milan Skriniar. But reportedly, we could consider, making a move for him in the summer as well. In relation to Toby Alderweireld as well, we were linked with him last summer. I don't really want to see Toby Alderweireld, come to Manchester United, quite honestly. I know he's Premier League proven and he can be a world-class central defender, but I think he's lost a yard of pace. I think there's areas of his game does need to adapt, and I think he needs to adjust his game now, Toby Alderweireld, because obviously Tottenham have extended his current deal till 2020. He is available for 25 million in the summer, and he is now 29, Toby Alderweireld, so potentially, he is getting older, but he is Premier League proven, as I said, but we were linked with him last summer as well, Toby Alderweireld. We know potentially, there's been talks, of Rafael Varane as well that I have been hearing in the press. Rafael Varane won't happen though because Real Madrid will not currently sell Rafael Varane, as we all currently know. But there were reports coming out. He's still got obviously 3.5 years left on his current deal with Real Madrid. He's been at Real Madrid a number of years now as Rafael Varane. I do think he's a top class central defender, is Rafael Varane, as I said. But reports coming out saying that Man United have made him, Man United have what's the word? Man United have made him indicated him as our number one summer transfer target. Reportedly, Rafael Varane, but it won't happen because I don't think Real Madrid will sell him. Even though he's been at Real Madrid since 2011, he's won 15 major honours, he's made over 200 odd appearances. Due to his performances in the World Cup, which were fantastic as well. His performances in the World Cup were very, very good, Rafael Varane's. He got nominated the Best Young Player Award, in 2014, based on his fantastic performances in the World Cup. Played every minute of the 2018 FIFA World Cup as well, did Rafael Varane. And he's a very, very good central defender, as we all currently know. But I think Real Madrid are unlikely, to currently sell Rafael Varane, even though he's a top class central defender. And we have been linked to him, in the last couple of transfer windows, as we all know, but I don't see Real Madrid, selling him, to be quite honest with you. And obviously, we know it costs, quite a lot of money, to bring him to Old Trafford. But it doesn't mean it doesn't mean, like Solskjaer said, it doesn't mean if we bring, a superstar make us title contenders. That doesn't mean that, as I said, but we're all aware that we do that we do need some signings in the team, as I currently said. But we know we've also been tracking, we've obviously been previously linked. Well, Leicester's Harry Maguire also got mentioned. He signed a 5-year deal with Leicester last summer. Harry Maguire, well Premier League proven. He's 25 years of age. He's same age as Rafael Varane, because Rafael Varane's, I think, 25 years of age. As I said, he's nowhere near the same levels as Rafael Varane, because Rafael Varane's a top-class centre-back. But as I said, in relation to Harry Maguire, I think he's had a really, really good season, with Leicester City. And if we were to go for him in the summer, we have got that structure, we have got that money that, we can, currently double Harry Maguire's weight, as I currently said. So we have previously, been linked with him as well. We know basically that, Joe Felix, Benfica player as well, we could actually, make a move for him in the summer as well. He's only been the Benfica first team, since last season. He broke into the first team last season. He's only 19 years of age, very young in his prime. He's got a buyout clause of around £105 million, hasn't he, this Felix? He did say reportedly a few teams have expressed their interest in him. Man United instructed scouts, to keep a close eye out on this Felix. I think reportedly it said Liverpool had a £61 million bid turned down for him back in the January transfer window. But he's very, very young, and reportedly his performances for Benfica have been very, very good indeed. He's yet to make his senior debut for Portugal, as I said, but he did say Manchester United may consider making a move for him in the summer as well. So we have got a few potential. We've identified a few targets, you know, who we could maybe go for in the summer. I do think we'll go for Koulibaly in the summer. You know, there could be a few other targets, you know, we could go for in the summer, as I currently said, but we'll definitely probably, you know, make signings in the summer. But hopefully it will be Solskjaer that is our manager on a full-time basis. I hope to God he's our manager on a full-time basis. And it's got to be now Ed Woodward's number one choice as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because he's brought everything to the club, the belief, the fear factor. You know, he's got us playing in the right way, and he's got us playing free-flow, attacking football, and that's something, you know, we do want to see. And also Solskjaer likes to whiff. He understands the philosophy, and I do think he's the right man for Manchester United, as I currently said. And maybe we are still a year or two off the league, but when we do get them signings, you know, I think we can be potential title contenders. But as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was explaining in the media, he still thinks it could take us a couple of years to catch up with Manchester City. What he means is, you know, getting to their standard, getting to their level of football. That's what he's trying to say. And he did say it could take us a couple of years, you know, to potentially be title contenders, as I said. But he's definitely rejuvenated this team. But he has definitely, sorry about that. He's definitely rejuvenated this team. But I think this squad can re-emerge as a dominant force, you know, to start winning trophies, you know, on a regular basis, as I currently said. Because the team, they're all in the mix now. They're all gelling well together. They're working hard. They're putting that effort in, and they're showing belief, and they're showing that consistency that they want to win games. They want to play under this manager, and that is really, really good to see. As I currently said, and I am confident going into Tuesday against Paris Saint-Germain. To be quite honest, I do think we can beat Paris Saint-Germain on Tuesday. We know it's not going to be easy. It's going to be far from easy, because PSG, you know, are a really, really good team, as I currently said, with good players. You know, they've invested money on players, you know, in the last couple of seasons on the likes of Mbappe and Neymar, and that's a boost for us that currently Neymar is out of both legs. So he's out of the first leg at Old Trafford, he's out of the second leg at Paris Saint-Germain. So that's very, very good news for us indeed. But we know PSG have still got players, you know, that maybe cause us problems, as I currently said. But, you know, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the game on Tuesday. I obviously will be on my phone to see what bit of tea news of what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does give us, as I said. But he made 6 changes today. But obviously, we'll probably go with the best 11 on Tuesday, as I currently said. But yeah, he did talk about rotating, did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer when he came in. He was going to be rotating, giving everybody the chances you do, as he currently was saying. But I think he suits everything of this club. His managerial style suits the club, and, you know, he knows the trappings of the club. And I think he's the right man for Manchester United. I think if you ask every Manchester United fan now, they'd like to see Solskjaer, you know, get the job on a full-time basis. Obviously, there's still contracts, you know, we've got to sort out. In relation to Anthony Martial, as we all know, we've obviously agreed him a new 5-year deal with an option of a further year, and I think he'll improve and improve and improve. So it's a good thing that I did sign that new deal. In relation as well to Scott Montgomery, signed a new contract in January. Saw too Phil Jones the other day signed a new contract, which a lot of United fans were disappointed about because he's rubbish. We signed him a new 4.5-year deal with Manchester United, I think with an option of a further year as well. And he's been one of the longest servants here at Manchester United, because he's been here since 2011. You know, we got him from Blackburn for £17 million. But, you know, a lot of United fans, I know, were disappointed about that. But I hope somewhere along the line, you know, we can get Marcus Rashford a new contract at the club as well. We're in the process. We have been in negotiations of getting Marcus Rashford a new contract at the club. Well, a new long-term deal. His current deal ends in 2020 with an option of a further year. He's been a United player, you know, since the age of 7 as Marcus Rashford, as we all know. And he's grown and developed, you know, fantastically well. And he's been in the senior squad, you know, since 2016 as Marcus Rashford. I think he scored 6 goals in the last 8 Premier League 8 games, as Marcus Rashford has said. So he's been in absolutely scintillating form as Marcus Rashford as well. I think his finishing's improved. He's scoring more goals. He will under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He'll definitely be in contention, you know, to play on Tuesday night. I know he didn't play today, but he'll be in contention, you know, to play on Tuesday night with Marcus Rashford. And if we can get him this new long-term deal, it will obviously give him a wage increase as well. I think we're willing to more than double his wages, so I think it'll be a contract worth around £150,000 a week. So hopefully we can agree him a new long-term deal. In relation, same with Herrera, hopefully we can get him a new deal as well. I think we're going to be giving him a 1-year extension under Herrera. In relation to Ander Herrera, I really, really do hope, you know, that we do get him this new 1-year extension on his current contract, Ander Herrera. And he did say negotiations were progressing in relation, you know, to Ander Herrera as well. Same with Ashley Young. You know, we've been in talks of getting Ashley Young a new 1-year extension at the club. Reports were coming out saying that we were close to agreeing, you know, Ashley Young a new 1-year contract extension, as I currently said. But Young's been one of the longest servants here at Manchester United. You know, he's been here since 2011. from Villa for 17 million. You know, he's been here a good 7-8 years now. But overall, been in the Premier League a lot of years. I think he had 6 years at Aston Villa, you know, when he was a lot younger in his prime. And mainly, he's a right winger, but obviously we operate him as a right back, Ashley Young. Since he's been here, he's won everything in English football, as we all know. He's made just under 300 appearances as Ashley Young, as I couldn't said. But he's grown and developed over the years, and he has been an essential player. But I know we know a lot of United fans know now that currently Ashley Young has currently passed it. But I think I think we are close to agreeing him a new 1-year extension at Manchester United. But we know obviously he's been our first choice right back. So too, who else? Juan Mata as well. He's another one in the process that we have been in talks of getting him a new 1-year extension at the club. We're only obviously willing to offer him a new 1-year extension, considering that he is age 30. Same with Ashley Young, he's 33 now, as we all know, so we're only going to be willing to give them new 1-year extensions. I think Juan Mata's only keen. I think Juan Mata is actually keen on a 2-year deal, but I think Man United are only willing to offer him a 1-year contract extension. Juan Mata, so maybe it'll get him a new 1-year extension. I do like Juan Mata. You know, I do think he's a very, very consistent player. And I think he's been consistent since we've got him in 2014 from Chelsea. You know, he's been here a good 4.5, 5 years now. You know, made over 200 appearances, as I said, as Juan Mata. I still think he's a very, very good player, even though he hasn't been playing regularly under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Juan Mata. Maybe some people, you know, may think Mata's passed now, as I currently said, but I still really, really like Juan Mata. You know, to be quite honest, I still think he's a very, very consistent player for Manchester United. You know, there was speculation throughout the media, you know, in January saying that Barcelona had approached his representatives, Barca were interested. It did say that Arsenal were also interested in Juan Mata as well. He actually, when he was a lot younger in his prime, you know, he played under 4 seasons with Valencia. But he actually began his career, you know, with Spain, you know, when he was a lot younger in his prime, you know, he spent a lot of years in Spain, and now he's in English football. He's been a fantastic player in English football. He's been in English football, you know, for a good 7-8 years now. Obviously, that was including his 3 years he had with Chelsea, as we all know, Juan Mata as well. But we have been in talks of getting him a new 1-year extension at Manchester United as well. Same with David De Gea as well. He's another player, obviously goalkeeper, as I said, that we're on the brink of agreeing him a new long-term deal at Manchester United as well. I think we are willing to agree a 5-year deal for him and give him around just under £400,000 a week, which will potentially make him the highest paid goalkeeper in world football and making the 9th highest best paid player, you know, all in all, David De Gea. But yeah, I think he's set to sign this new 5-year deal. And again, being a great servant in English football, he's been a long servant here at Manchester United. You know, he's been here since 2011, so we've had him here a good 7-8 years. He's made over 300 appearances, and you know, as I said, the best goalkeeper in the world, you know, without a shadow of a doubt. Last year we activated his contract, you know, by a further 12 months, of course, as we all currently know, we activated his contract by a further 12 months because there was speculation of him leaving. It did say Juventus and, you know, Paris Saint-Germain were interested in him. Real Madrid were linked with him, you know, 4 years ago, but they never got him. But yeah, David De Gea is committing his long-term future with Manchester United, as we all currently know. So we are on the brink of signing him a new contract, and I think there's been breakthrough in negotiations, as we all currently know, which is good news as well. But yeah, as I did say, you know, I do expect, you know, players, you know, to leave in the summer, as I've already updated you. But I think we can beat Paris Saint-Germain on Tuesday. You know, the way we're playing, the way we're flourishing under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the way we're thriving. As I said, the momentum is back in the team, the confidence is in the team, the motivation is in the team, which is good to see. And you can see Pogba now getting forward to express himself, pulling the strings off well in the midfield. As I said, Martial's in absolutely fantastic form as well. But yeah, I'm really, really confident, you know, we can beat PSG on Tuesday. The preview may be coming up for that tomorrow, or if it's not tomorrow, it will be Monday, as I currently said. So yeah, that'll be an interesting game with Manchester United and PSG. As next league game is Liverpool at Old Trafford, and I think I'm very, very confident, you know, we can beat Liverpool at Old Trafford. I know Liverpool are playing really, really well this season. I know they had a couple of games where they didn't win, but, you know, they're definitely in there with a shout this season. They're sitting top of the league at the moment. You know, they have got good players. They've invested in the last couple of seasons, you know, under Jurgen Klopp. But we usually do beat them at Old Trafford, you know, to be quite fair. We do have a good record against them at home. We actually haven't lost to Liverpool at Old Trafford in the league since 2014. I think that was under the David Moyes era. We actually beat Liverpool 4 times under the Louis van Gaal era, if I can remember rightly. But yeah, so really we have got a good record against Liverpool, as we are more. And obviously, two most successful clubs, obviously, in English football, as we all know. But yeah, that'll be an interesting game, and I do think it could go either way because Liverpool are playing well as well, as I currently said. But from their perspective, obviously they want to win the league this season. The Liverpool, because they've never won it. They haven't won it for 20. Well, they haven't won it since it got founded. They haven't won it since the name got founded in 92, 93. But all in all, they haven't won it for like 28 years. So that's nearly 3 decades now, as we all currently know. But yeah, as I said, I think this Manchester United team is going to elevate. We're going to get to that position that we currently want to be in. And as I do keep saying, as a And as I do keep saying, I think the squad can, re-emerge as a dominant force and get us, winning silverware on a regular basis, like we did under Alex Ferguson, for 26, 27 years. As I currently said, the longest serving manager in world football was Alex Ferguson, as I currently said. So, yeah, it's good that Solskjaer's brought the belief back to the team, as I said, and he suits the strappings of the club. And I said he should get the job on a full-time basis. It was also good to see Solskjaer getting nominated, he got nominated for the what was it? The best manager, the best manager, best Premier League manager of the month, or something like that for January. So he got nominated the Premier League manager of the month for January. Did Solskjaer? Rashford obviously got nominated the player of the month for January as well, which was very very good news indeed. So yeah. So anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel, guys. As I did say, Marcus Rojo, I don't know when he'll be next playing. It has confirmed in relation to Rojo that basically he's got back in training, but he's still at the moment because he's been injured for quite a long time, as we all currently know. So anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do consider subscribe, as always, and take care. God bless, guys. See you all again very very soon.